Listen.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of the Beyond Sundays podcast with Jonathan Howes. We're going to be talking about God, family, sports, and really whatever God lays on my heart to talk about. I want these podcasts to be challenging to you, encouraging to you, and hopefully add some type of value to your lives. I want to talk today, the topic today is passion and commitment. A week ago, I had the incredible opportunity of flying out to San Francisco and going to the national championship game between the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Clemson Tigers. It was a chance of a lifetime trip. Ken and Terry Strickland had invited Jennifer and I to go. And so we flew out on Sunday night, and we didn't arrive into San Francisco. We got to the hotel at 1:30 in the morning on Monday morning. We had a quick night sleep. We woke up the next morning. We went to breakfast with Ken and Terry. Had a great kind of a brunch, which our church, Graystone Church, is going to have a big potluck brunch here in a couple of weeks, which I'm super excited about. I hope you're excited about it. We're going old school. There's a little church in Mississippi that used to have a dinner on the grounds every time Jennifer and I would come. And so I'm hoping it has that type of feel, kind of a dinner on the grounds, old school, sitting around a table, breaking bread together. We're doing that on January 27th. But anyway, it was the day of the national championship game, and we decided to go early. Let's go on out to Levi's Stadium. It's where the San Francisco 49ers play. It's an outdoor stadium. We were a little bit worried about the weather, but we had incredible weather. We were all decked out in our Clemson gear. Steve, the neighbor, had given us a bunch of his Clemson gear. Jennifer had a ton of Clemson gear from Steve, the neighbor, as well. And we get out there early. We go to the fan zone. We got to go to College Game Day and see our good friend David Pollock doing his thing, and we were honored that he would wave to us and talk to us. He's big time in everything. We're hanging out there. Keith Urban's doing this concert outside the stadium, and that was a blast. And they opened the doors to the stadium. We go in, and Kim was excited. He was going to buy all kind of souvenirs for his family and friends, because they had all kind of gear with the national championship, Clemson, Alabama, all of this stuff. And Ken actually bought me, Jennifer and I were just hanging out outside. He came out and he gave me this commemorative gold coin. And it says National Championship Bay Area 2019, and then it has the National Championship Trophy and Alabama versus Clemson, January 7th, 2019. So that was a very generous gesture on his part. I actually talked about this yesterday at Graystone Church, how we love one another. And one of the ways that we love one another is to buy each other gifts. And if Ken said, I was thinking about you, and I bought you this gift. And so that was really cool. I was also able to get a program, a national championship program. And there's a couple of pictures in here that are awesome. One is there's a picture of Coach Mickey Kahn, and he's the former Grayson High School football coach where my kids graduated from high school, the two older kids, Joel and Julia. I was actually chaplain when we first moved here to start Graystone Church. I used to be the chaplain for Grayson High School football team, and Mickey was the head coach, and he just let me share with the players every week. We started off doing it on Tuesdays, then we do breakfast on Friday mornings. But excited for Mickey. In big part, one reason I want to show you this picture is his parents, Paula and Charlie Kahn, are longtime members of Graystone Church and been a big part of Graystone. And so they were out there too. And then, of course, Chase Bryce. There's a picture here of Chase Bryce. He's a redshirt freshman quarterback for Clemson. And Chase grew up at our church. He was baptized here at Graystone Church. He went through the children's ministry and student ministry. He was in small group with Joel, and there was a group of them, Joel and Chase's age, that met with Nate Rector. A lot of y'all may know Nate Rector. He's a pastor in North Carolina now. He would meet with the kids, meet with the boys for discipleship at our house on Friday mornings before school. And so we were one of the reasons we wanted to go out to the national championship game is to cheer on Chase and his family. And I just had a feeling that Clemson was going to win the game. And so we got to see Billy and Jenny Bryce out there and the twins and other people. And so anyway, we get to our seats. We've got great seats. The countdown's going to the national championship game. some famous person sings the national anthem. I'm not sure who it was. I think he did a pretty good job. They had the flyover with the military jets, and it was just awesome. And then you had this incredible kickoff, and it's just right off the bat, just a phenomenal game. Clemson gets this pick six to score to go ahead, and Alabama comes back, and they score a touchdown to tie it up, and then Clemson comes back down, and they score a touchdown, and then Alabama scores a touchdown, and the crowd's just going nuts. And I've got this video here. I was videoing when Clemson scored a touchdown. And you can hear the Clemson crowd going nuts, and you can hear Ken, and I don't know if you saw Ken on the video, but he's like, woo! And people were just going crazy. And Ken was teaching me the Clemson cheers, and he was wanting me to, C-L-E-M-S-O-N, and Clemson and all this kind of stuff. And it was just such an exciting game. Clemson ends up winning the national championship. The confetti's falling. We're going nuts. We stick around for the award ceremony. Dabo Swinney, of course, he's a strong Christian, and he gives God all the glory. We hung around for a while. After the game, we went to In-N-Out Burger, because anytime you're in California, you want to go to In-N-Out Burger. We're in In-N-Out Burger. It's all Clemson fans. I mean, they're doing the Clemson cheer in the In-N-Out Burger. And we just had a blast, and it was like one of these memories. You're just building memories, and it was kind of a chance of a lifetime to go to the national championship game and to see someone who we saw growing up, playing sports growing up, like Chase and Joe, are on baseball teams together and basketball teams together, and to watch him grow up and now win a national championship for the Clemson Tigers. It was so exciting. But it got me to thinking. I want to talk today about passion and commitment, because you look at these Alabama fans and these Clemson fans, and they are so passionate about their team. And I know you're passionate about your team. I know some Georgia Bulldog fans who are incredibly passionate about the Georgia Bulldogs. I'm passionate about LSU. LSU is my team that I cheer for, and if you've ever been around me when I'm watching an LSU football game, you know how excited I get for the game. Hopefully Georgia Tech will have this same excitement in the future. But you look at Alabama and Clemson. They've won the last 4 national championships, and these fan bases are huge. But I got to thinking about what it took, the commitment it took for all of these fans who live in the Southeast to fly all the way across the country to San Francisco, California, and Levi's Stadium. The amount of money that it costs for plane tickets, and I'm also thinking about the families, like all the families who went. Plane tickets, rental cars, hotel rooms, game tickets, food, all the expenses that you're there, buying the gear, just the passion and the commitment that they had to do this. I mean, they're all decked out in Clemson. They're all decked out in their Crimson Tide. They knew the coaches. They knew the players. They're passionate about their team. They knew all the cheers. And I got to thinking about it. Are we that passionate about our relationship with Jesus Christ? And if we're not, why aren't we? And what if Christians, true followers of Jesus Christ, what if we were as passionate about Jesus as college football fans are passionate about their team? And what if we were willing to do whatever it took to make the sacrifices necessary to proclaim the name of Jesus? Like we're not ashamed of Jesus. Like we're wearing the gear. Like we're going all in. Like we're not ashamed of Jesus. We want people to know whose team we're on. We want people to know that we are followers of Jesus and we are cheering for him. And what if we were willing to invest the type of resources, the time and the energy and the resources into spreading the good news of Jesus Christ, into dominating our community with the love of Jesus Christ, into knowing God and making God known? Like, what if we were that passionate about it, that we were willing to make whatever sacrifice. I mean, you think about these fans flying across the country to attend a football game, and we have people who aren't even willing to get up on a Sunday morning and drive a few miles down the road to come to church and worship Jesus. But what if we had that mentality of, man, I'm all in. I'm willing to do whatever. I'm all about Jesus. I want people to know I'm a follower of Jesus. I'm investing my money and my time and my energy and my resources into following Jesus. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make the name of Christ known. And I'm going to support Jesus no matter what. Like, it's easy to follow Jesus when we're on the mountaintop and we're rolling in our 5.0 with a rag top down so our hair can blow and things are going great. But what about when our team loses? Or what about when we're not winning in life and we're in the valleys and we're going through hard times? Like, we should love our team. We should love God when we're winning and when we're losing, in the good times and the bad. And I just want us to evaluate our lives today. Are you as passionate about Jesus as you need to be? And if you're not, what changes in your life do you need to make? And maybe for some of us, it's just some small tweaks. Like, we need to change some things we're doing. We need to reallocate some funds here or there. Or maybe for others of us, it's like this major life overhaul where we need to change our priorities and change our schedule and change our budgets and go all in for Jesus. That we are a raving fan of Jesus. That we're passionate about Him. One of the religious leaders of the day asked Jesus, he said, what is the most important of the commandments? And this is how Jesus responds in Mark chapter 12, verse 30. He says, love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind and with all your strength. Jesus says, this is the greatest commandment. To love God with all of our heart, all of our passion, all of our soul, like everything within us, our total being, all of our mind, like our thoughts and the things we're working towards, the things we're growing towards, we're pursuing Christ. And with all of our strength, like everything we've got, that we are passionately following Jesus Christ. And that's my encouragement to us today. Yes, it's fun to go to national championship games, and it's fun to have teams, and it's fun to do exciting things and to go places and enjoy life, and Jesus wants us to live the highest quality of life. But my encouragement today is we take that same resources and investment and passion and energy and time, and let's put that into our relationship with God. Let's put that into knowing God and making God known. Hopefully you see the excitement, you hear the excitement that I'm passionate about this. Let's be passionate followers of Jesus Christ. Thanks for tuning in. That was episode 2 of the Beyond Sundays podcast with Jonathan Howes. I hope you'll strive each day to grow closer to God, because we can be as close to God as we want to be.